So before you think of converting a sale, your business needs leads. In this video, I'm going to give you my current top 13 in preference order, which should hopefully help you to check in with whatever lead generating strategy that you've got going on in your business as we speak. If you currently don't have one and this is your first foray into the world of generating your leads, choose one from the list and test if it works for you. Then test the next one. Keep going until you find the right mix of lead generation techniques that fit you and your business. Stick around until the end of the video to find out what you need to focus on next once you have a successful lead generation strategy in motion. Hello and welcome to season 2 on the channel, the one where you start building a fundamentally stronger business. I suggest you subscribe or this puppy gets it. At number 13, we've got industry awards. Frankly, there are millions of small to medium-sized businesses, so anything you can do to quickly differentiate yourself from competitors is worth its weight in gold. By winning an industry award, you can help your company and your website to get recognition, traffic, and prestige, which is, as you can guess it, will enhance your company's credibility. To find awards that you can put yourself forward for, start by searching the keywords that best describe the industry you sell in, or alternatively, check out industry blogs, publications, and magazines. All of them are pretty likely to mention any awards available for you to consider. If you're lucky enough to be shortlisted, or even better, win any such award, the goal is to ensure that as many people in your target audience find out about it. You can maybe send out a press release to publications that your target market are likely to be reading. You can include the announcement in your email newsletter, perhaps giving the customer database a behind the scenes look of the whole process. I would also definitely use the award logo on your marketing content, perhaps even the phrase award winning behind your name. The thing about this option though, is that if the award type isn't recognized or respected by the potential customer, the payoff might not be as much as some of the other items on this list today. I would treat this option as a nice to have one as opposed to a priority one, unless you have the majority of the rest of this list in place. Number 12. Having a referral scheme. Typically, making a sale is all about managing the underlying tension between the buyer and the seller. When the tension is high, the feeling of trust is likely to be very low. So the onus is on the seller to bridge the gap by building trust as quick as possible. Compare this to a scenario where a prospect comes through a referral from a past customer. The tension between the buyer and seller is comparatively very low or non-existent, since the person who comes via a referral is already convinced of the value of the product or service, because someone else has done all the work for you of educating and persuading and recommending you to them. That makes this a great form of advertising, and the best thing is it costs you very little. The tricky thing about setting a referral scheme though is the added administrative pressure of rewards for the referees to keep them motivated, as well as the data of connecting who recommended whom. I personally find that this option actually works best for e-commerce or online businesses, because a lot of that administrative pressure can be taken over by the digital backend system rather than you managing this with manual notes and systems. It's for this reason that I've put this at number 12 on the list. Number 11. A publicity stunt or a viral moment. When designed and executed correctly, a publicity stunt can be incredibly effective in generating a buzz and increasing an awareness about your brand. The challenge is not to just get people talking about what you've done by doing something unusual or outrageous, funny, taboo, or secret, but for the stunt to actually tie in clearly with the core message of your brand. This isn't an easy thing to do. An example of a publicity stunt that has worked is when in 2015, Carlsberg Beer launched the beer poster in the world campaign. This huge billboard was put in London's Brick Lane, and it dispensed free beer. The social media buzz was big, and the hashtag, probably the best, generated over 3 million Twitter impressions in one day. In 2021, Airbnb created Carrie Bradshaw's Sex and the City apartment in New York City for a one-night hire. What was awesome about it is that the stay came complete with a closet full of clothes to try on and welcome Cosmos to enjoy. Not only did this create a buzz for the show's reboot called And Just Like That, but it got lockdown-weary members of the public back thinking about traveling and booking with Airbnb again. The concept was kooky enough and relevant enough to get picked up by so many news outlets, and hey presto, both brands got coverage. With this option, the tricky thing is, as mentioned before, is getting the concept right. But the other challenge is how to get people to want to share the stunt with their friends and colleagues on different social media platforms. This is something that is very difficult to predict or plan for, so it's for this reason I would only choose this lead generation tactic as a nice to have on top of other consistent lead generating activities that are further up the list. Number 10, industry events exhibitions. It's no secret that attending an industry event is a great way to boost your customer database, since everyone who attends is more than likely to be highly motivated to buy. It's fair to say that the face-to-face component also helps with engagement, and hopefully if you present your business well at the event, you will stick in the minds of potential customers. Despite the potential wins of attending an exhibition, I would give you a few tips. First things first, choose your exhibition carefully. Try to find true attendance figures and speak to others who may have previously exhibited there to get a better view of the value of the exhibition that you're considering. Next, know your target market at the exhibition and prepare your pitch and supportive material accordingly. Then you're going to want to understand the full cost of attending, because it's not just about the space hire. You have to think about the cost of services to your stand, like electric points, lights, internet, furniture, along with the cost of designing and building your stand and manning it on the day of the show. Next, I would promote your company before and after the show so that your prospective customers, they become truly familiar with your brand name. Then I would use social media actively during the show by maybe, running a contest which encourages your guests to your stand to follow and interact with your social media pages. Showcasing at an exhibition is most definitely not for the lighthearted. Having a strong marketing message and a standout sales pitch is a solid requirement for this lead generation technique to truly work. 9, offline advertising or traditional media. This option might be a bit of a surprise for you, especially since that the majority of businesses are exclusively focusing their budget on digital marketing through targeted ads and social media. The reason why I've included this here is because over the last 5 to 10 years, the cost of offline advertising has actually noticeably reduced. I would focus on targeted or niche publications along with places that your target market is likely to be watching, listening, or reading. As much as this is a cheeky little technique, again, I would not use this as a primary lead generation option, but rather a supplementary one. 8, search engine AdWords. AdWords is an online advertising platform developed by Google, where advertisers bid to display brief advertisements, service offerings, product listings, or videos to web users when the results of their searches shows. It works much like SEO, where keywords are matched from the user's search term to the advertiser's content. The main difference being that SEO is organic, whilst AdWords are paid. The main benefit of AdWords as a lead generation technique is that you are only paying for the clicks on your ads, and with careful setting up, your ads can be strategically targeted to reach your ideal client base. Saying that, AdWord campaigns are a science in and of itself, so if you're new to the world, you will likely need professional assistance to bring meaningful results here. 7, social media advertising. Much like AdWords, social media advertising is all about the power of targeting, except it doesn't use keywords. It uses user profiles to target. So if you're a home interiors designer, you can leverage the platform to find and advertise to users who are interested in and already engaged with home decoration ideas. If you're a farm shop serving a 10-mile radius, you can leverage the platform to advertise your brand to everyone within 10 miles of your location who are interested in healthy eating. Do you see how powerful this can be? To get this lead generation technique right, be sure to be organically posting on the platforms that you're advertising on, because that will better educate you on what sort of content converts and engages users on those channels. Each social media platform has a different profile of people that it appeals to, and different types of users like to be spoken to in different ways. It will take a conscious effort on your part to get this right. 6, free trials, samples, and giveaways. The reason why you may wish to invest offering free trials and samples is because they introduce your product to new audiences unfamiliar with your brand. They foster relationships and inspire loyalty with existing customers. They expand shoppers' knowledge about the products you offer. They encourage repeat customers and more sales of new products. And finally, they earn attention for your brand at or leading up to an event. The psychology behind why free trials, samples, and giveaways work is because it's easier for customers to say yes to something for free compared to saying yes to whatever it is you're selling. Your marketing drive can then just focus on getting people to recognize your brand and say yes to a free trial. After they've taken the trial, the idea is then to have a smooth and enjoyable experience using your product or service, so progressing to a paid option is a no-brainer. Take a skincare brand, for example. If it gives free samples of a moisturizer away to customers, they can see the positive results of using it before investing their money into a full-price product. Similarly, when you taste a sample of a new delicious cheese or maybe a burger at Costco, it makes it worth the effort to buy the whole pack so you can share it with the whole family. Back in 2014, in fact, The Atlantic reported that Costco's sampling stations increased beer product sales by 71%. Certain products, specifically frozen pizzas, skyrocketed 600% after being teased via free samples. I'm sure you can appreciate the power of this to generate leads, but as an option, it only lends itself to certain types of products and services. 5. Social media posting. Earlier in this list, we spoke of paid social media advertising. Straight up social media posting is different. Each social media platform appeals to different demographics and different types of users. Businesses can leverage the users of these platforms to become their leads for their businesses by putting up content on these platforms, which users find inspirational, educating, or entertaining. Ryanair's campaign on TikTok is a business that's crushing the content game on the platform. They have understood that business content that does well on the TikTok platform are the ones that don't look commercially produced and should be satirical and underproduced to match the preferences of the users on the platform. And so on this channel, we have Ryanair planes with talking faces and taking part in trends on the platform. Taking the time and creativity to post content that matches user expectation on the different platforms out there opens the door to getting prospective customers to get familiar with your brand, even if they don't plan to buy what you're selling. Done right, this familiarity will eventually motivate the prospective customer to consider your business when the time is right. You can bank on that. 4. Send offers to other people's customers. Depending on what your business sells, take a second look at what else your customer is buying from other businesses at a similar time they may be considering buying from you. Let's say you sell farm-grown vegetables. The chances are the type of customer that buys from you is buying grass-fed farm-reared meat too, from a nearby meat and poultry farmer. By collaborating with the sellers of grass-fed farm-reared meat suppliers, you can send their customers your product promotions. The chances of these leads converting for your business is extremely high. This technique will save you a lot of time, effort, and money, since you will not need to do much to find your ideal customer. So I would definitely prioritize this technique in your lead gen strategy. 3. Useful content. Of the prospective customers that could potentially buy from you, only about 3% are ready to make a purchase right now. The rest, they're in search of more information before they know whether they want to buy from you or whether they want to buy anything at all. This is where you and the content you make comes in. Rather than spending the precious space on your website and your social media accounts talking about what you do, the businesses with the strongest lead generation game have a big bank of content answering the most asked questions by customers looking to buy whatever it is that they are selling. So say you're selling different types of doors in your business. Your prospective customers may have questions about the difference between French doors and double doors, the different types of materials the doors can be made of, and their benefits, and how digital locks work, security features that can be built into the doors, the list goes on. If you provide useful content answering these questions and more, not only will your business come up in search, but the potential customer will start trusting you and your business and will start seeing it as a dependable expert. So whether it's on your website or on your social media accounts, Take time to provide value in your content over vanity posts, talking about how awesome your business is. 2, exceeding expectations of your potential buyers. As obvious as this might sound, the majority of businesses fall far short of customer expectations, let alone exceed them. It sounds crazy to say, but one of the top ways in which to generate a consistent stream of leads is by ensuring that your business systems and team cover as many of these bases as possible. First, make a big priority to delight your customers by offering them excellent service, unbeatable value, and speedy responses. Then, whilst working with the customers, set realistic expectations and then surpass them. So if you promise to respond within, say, 48 hours, do so within 24 hours. Just imagine the customer's surprise. Then, further surprise your customers by checking in on them to see if they have any problems with your service so far, with no expectations for a sale. Offer your customers something that they didn't know they need, whether it's a free trial or an add-on service that would make the use of your purchased product better. Make it a priority to make customers feel special by using their name correctly, saving information about their preferences, and giving them offers when they aren't expecting them. Next, share your expertise and know-how with prospective customers in the form of content and value-loaded articles and newsletters. Finally, engage with your customers when they reach out to the business on social media to make them feel seen and important. And finally, number 1, website SEO. In his SEO step-by-step guide, Neil Patel explains that in a world where over 90% of online experiences start with a search engine, showing up on the first page of Google can be the deciding factor between a business that's thriving and one that's, well, bankrupt. SEO is as essential as that. Now, not for a second do I think that you're going to be the one sitting there making sure that your website has all search engine optimized terms to help your website feature higher and higher on search. Instead, your role in this is to bloody well make sure that it happens and it's bringing results. The SEO strategies that work best are the ones that are consistently adapting and updating their approach. Google is constantly checking your site, so don't just pump and dump keywords on your site. Keep adding search engine optimized content to provide quality content that doesn't just show up in search, but actually answers the questions the user are looking for. In case you don't know, Google does rate how long users stay on your site and interact with your content. Make sure you have a website which is mobile friendly, where content loads easily and quickly. And finally, have high quality sites linking to your site and its content to create authority and trust by association. It naturally follows that if you win at the SEO game, your business will be found in search and leads will be generating with no bounds. Hence why it's made it to the top of my list for lead generation techniques. Right, so of this list of 13 options, I hope you have chosen the ones that suit your business the most and plan on testing them in the next few weeks or months. Once you have generated the leads, the focus for you and your sales team needs to switch to converting them and bringing in income to the business. To help inspire you with different lead conversion techniques, I suggest you now watch this video to get you started. See you in the next one.